What is up, guys? My name is Jake, also known as Tigers Music. I am back here with another tutorial, here to talk about this time about dynamics and song structure. Alright, so the first thing you might have noticed is this is not Ableton. I'm not using Ableton in this video. And actually, I haven't used Ableton for a couple of months now. This program here is called Bitwig Studio. It's actually a program made by some developers that used to work at Ableton, and they quit, they started their own program, and it's got its pros and cons versus Ableton, you know, as much is better, blah, blah. Because they're made by developers that used to work at Ableton, you know, it has its similarities, and it works a lot like Ableton. Personally, I just like this program a lot better. I've been using it for a while now, and it fits my workflow needs more than Ableton actually does. Don't get me wrong, I love Ableton. I've used Ableton for many, many, many years. I think since like 2010-ish, probably, something like that. And I switched to Bitwig not too long ago, and I just have not regretted it ever since. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is dynamics. And dynamics is actually a really easy subject to talk about. It's not a whole lot to go on with this. This will be going pretty fast. So dynamics is actually defined as variation and contrast in force or intensity. Basically what that means is it's the relative difference between a soft sound and a loud sound. And what this means in music is that, you know, if you have everything in your song just loud as hell and, you know, just the whole time just super, super loud, you know, your intro is loud, your bridge is loud, your build-up's loud, your drop is loud, then people sometimes just might not even know what the hell is going on or where in the song you're actually at. But dynamics allows you to kind of put distinct variation between your build-up, your intro, your drops, where your drop ends, for example. That's a big one there. And what I have here is an example of one of my tracks. This is my song Heavy. And you can actually see dynamics in the waveform alone. You can see here in the beginning, you know, the intro is relatively pretty quiet, aside from some drum hits here to kind of peak in there. But that's not really the big issue. Big issue is, like, you can see is where my pointer's going over the main black part of the song right there. So you can tell right here's the intro. You know, maybe things are a little more intense right here. The part of my build-up kind of starts right here, where it starts to get a little louder. You know, the drums start to kick in here. So I'm really going to build up in this section here as it's getting louder and louder. And the obvious part, you know, the biggest part of the song, the drop, is right here where the song is at absolute loudest. Okay, so in this example here, I have a couple of loops here and it's found going through my sample library, and we're going to talk about how to make dynamics in a song using different styles of mixing. Now, this is going to be really simple, as for example, in this little drop loop I have, you know, the drums, the bass, all that stuff is all combined in one loop. But, you know, to keep the tutorial a little simple, this is what we're going to use. So what I have is I have this drop loop here, I have this music loop, it's basically just a melody, and this Cymatics drum build-up loop right here. And it just gets a little more intense as it goes on. So first rule of thumb is we don't want to make the drop quieter than the actual build-up. That'll kind of defeat the purpose of it being a big expansive drop, right? So we want the drop to be the loudest thing. So I'm going to leave this this little mixer bar, or if you want to see it on this mixer bar here, I can actually make this bigger. So I want the drop to be the loudest part of the song, right? So I'm going to leave that right where it's at for now, because it's not breaking over, it's not going over 0 dB, so we're still good. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower the music loop here, or, you know, the melody, lower that down, and even lower my build up of drums as well. And as you can see already, just from that alone, we already start to get some dynamics, you know. As it's building up, the song is slowly getting louder and louder, and the loudest part being the drop. And that is just a very simple way of explaining how to get dynamics into your songs. Yeah, I want to talk about song structure. Now, song structure is actually very important, because if you don't have song structure, you just got a bunch of sounds that kind of sound crazy together. Song structure lets the listener determine where they're actually at in a song. Like, you know, most people nowadays their ears pretty tuned to be able to tell, okay, yeah, this is a chorus, or this is a drop, or okay, this is the verse, or whatever part of the song you're actually at. And here's actually a pretty good chart of different song structures. Just common stuff. I think a lot of this actually more refers to pop music than actually EDM in this tutorial for sake. But so real quick here, what I have is this is just a quick example of some song structure here. So, you know, you typically start off with an intro, then you do like a verse or a build-up. It can be a build-up if you want to. Or it can be a verse/build-up, doesn't really matter. And into your chorus or drop, and then maybe into your next verse. then to your next chorus or drop, and then your outro. The way you can do song structure, this is actually something I like to do with Khan a lot, is you start with your intro, do your verse or build up, do your chorus or drop, another verse or build up into a bridge. This is actually, I need to rename this. You do a bridge, and a bridge is kind of like it's kind of like a verse, but it's just like you take the verse, you change it up a little bit, make it a little different, make some to kind of entice the listener. Like, oh, okay, this is a different part of the song. It's like a breakdown. It's like things just change up a little bit, you know. And then from there, you can even go right into your drop or chorus, or you can even decide to go another verse / build up into your chorus, you know, or drop, and then from there you go into your outro. Generally, you kind of always want an outro, especially in EDM music, because it kind of helps the DJ, you know, even you perhaps if you're DJing your own music, mix into the next song a little easier. Obviously, you can do a song where it ends on a chorus or drop. I've done that myself personally. I'm guilty of that as well. But having an outro just clearly makes the song it makes the song a little more free flowing, makes it a little easier for mixing purposes. And that is basically a short rundown of dynamics and song structures. I really hope this helps, guys.